In this video, we'll explore AssistiveTouch, covering the basics, including when and how to use it for seniors. It may be one of your iPhone and iPad's most valuable features. If we haven't met, I'm Ellen from Ellen's Tips for iOS, where I help seniors master their iPhones and iPads. If you find the video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. You may be wondering, what is AssistiveTouch? AssistiveTouch adds a virtual floating button to your iPhone or iPad screen, and when turned on, it allows you to perform various functions seamlessly. So as you can see, I have this virtual button that I'm kind of highlighting with my cursor. If I click on it, you'll see that it darkens up and it opens. So this is the AssistiveTouch button. You can drag the button anywhere you want on the edge of the screen, and if it is annoying you, you can dial back the opacity, which I'll show you shortly. But if I grab the button, I can drag it anywhere, but you'll notice if I try to put it in the middle of the screen, it won't allow me, but it'll allow me to drag it to anywhere on the outside of the home screen. I've turned off AssistiveTouch on my device so that I can show you how to activate it. So to activate it, you're going to locate the Settings app. Once I locate the Settings app, I'm going to tap on Accessibility. Then I'm going to tap on Touch under Physical and Motor. Tap AssistiveTouch at the top of the screen and toggle that switch on. Once you've toggled the switch on for AssistiveTouch, now you can adjust some of the settings in here. And so the first thing we'll do is you'll see that the virtual button appears on the screen, and I can change that so that it is less viewable, so it'll be more translucent. If I come down to the bottom, when it's idle, I can turn the opacity up or down. So if I want it dark all the time, I can turn it up to 100% and I'll see it on my screen all the time. If I want it to be more translucent, I'm just going to toggle that or turn on that slider so I can turn it to 29%, and you'll see that it's very translucent. You can barely see it. Tapping on the button opens the AssistiveTouch menu, and right now it's in the default settings, so you'll be able to see that we have Siri there. We can set up a custom setting, notifications, device, control center, and home. If I just tap anywhere outside of the AssistiveTouch menu, you'll see that the button will go back to on the screen, and then it becomes translucent again. There are 3 ways to quickly set up an action. You can use single tap, double tap, and long press. So we're still inside the AssistiveTouch menu area, and as you can see, the single tap is set to open the menu, and that's the default action. I can go ahead and tap on double tap and choose whatever I want. So maybe you want a quick and easy way to restart your iPhone. So if I come down and I look for restart and tap that, and I'll come back. Now I've just set the double tap to restart. I can tap on long press and I can, choose any of these options. Let's just say I'm going to choose the app switcher. And then let's come all the way back to the home screen where you'll be able to see the virtual button. If I long press on it, you'll see it automatically comes into the app switcher. If I tap on it, it's going to open the default menu. If I double tap, it should ask me if I want to restart my phone. So it's a quick and easy way for you to set up some options that maybe you use all the time and use the virtual button. If you want to customize the top level menu, which is the menu you're seeing right now, there's an easy way to do that. Let's come back into the settings. Let's go to accessibility. Let's tap on touch and assistive touch and tap on customize top level menu. And now you have the options. Now you can only have 6 icons, but you can change them by tapping on them. So if I tap on home, if I want it to be something else, I can scroll through to see what I think would better fit me, and I could change that. So I could change that to a double tap if I wanted, or maybe I want to lock my screen, and I'll tap on done. And so now it'll say lock screen. I can tap on the control center and change that to whatever I want it to. Maybe I want it to be the camera, tap that. And once I've set this all up, if I decide at some point I've changed my mind and I want to go back to the default settings, it's very easy. Tap on reset, and now it'll take you back to the original default top level menu. We can also create custom gestures. So to give you an example, if you're using the Notes or the Pages app and you want to select text, you kind of have to push and hold and then drag your finger to select the text. Well, if for some reason you have a disability that it creates a harder time for you to do that, you can create a custom gesture that will help with that. So if I come into the AssistiveTouch menu and I tap on Create New Gesture, you're going to do the gesture like you would if you were selecting text. So I'm going to push on the screen, and then I'm going to drag my finger, and I'm going to drag it down, and that's the gesture you would use to select text. Once it finishes, I'm going to tap on stop, and now I'm going to tap on save, and I'm going to give it a name, and I'll call it select text. Tap on save, and now let's go ahead and give this a try. So now I have a note opened, and I want to select some text, but I want to use the custom gesture that I just created. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to double tap on a word where I want to start so that it selects a little bit of that text. I'm going to tap on the virtual button. I'm going to tap on custom and select text. Once I do, I just have to tap that area that I started, and now it'll drag automatically, and I'm not doing a thing, and it'll select the text for you. So this is an easy way for you to create a gesture that enables you to select text if you have a hard time doing it with your finger. If you find that you're not using AssistiveTouch, I use it all the time because I use it with my mouse and it allows me to highlight things for you to see them. But if you're finding that you're not using AssistiveTouch, you can get rid of it. You can use Siri to get rid of it. I can say, "Hey Siri, turn off AssistiveTouch."
Okay, I turned AssistiveTouch off.
So that's one way you can do it. The other way you can do it is come into the Settings app. Make sure that you're on the main settings page. Tap on Accessibility, tap on Touch, tap on AssistiveTouch, and then go ahead and toggle that switch off. AssistiveTouch can be very helpful for seniors or anyone with a disability who has trouble touching the screen or manipulating the buttons. Let me know in the comments if you find a good use case for AssistiveTouch. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.